Hello ladies and gentlemen. In this video, I'm going to discuss the guidelines issued by Ministry of Home Affairs for the services that are to be available during the 21 days lockdown period. Please note that Prime Minister Mr. Modi announced lockdown of entire India for 21 days. What is the meaning of lockdown? It means all the non-essential services shall remain suspended and only essential services shall remain functional. So in this video, we are going to discuss those guidelines issued by Ministry of Home Affairs in pursuant of the announcement by Prime Minister Mr. Modi. For regular updates, please join our Telegram channel. The link is given in the description as well as in the pinned comment, or you can directly search it by the name of GK Today YouTube. This is the link. You can use this link also. So now let's start. So these guidelines were issued by MHA on 24th of March for the containment of COVID-19. COVID-19 is the name of disease caused by coronavirus. So as per the guidelines, all the offices of Government of India, autonomous and subordinate offices as well as public corporations shall remain closed except Defence, Central Armed Police Force, Treasury, public utilities such as petroleum, CNG, LPG, PNG. Now, one thing that should be noted that since the essential services will remain functional, there is no need to panic, no need to hoard extra items. So apart from these services, disaster management, power generation, transmission units, post offices, National Informatics Center and EWA, that is early warning agencies, will remain functional. Similarly, offices of state and union territory governments, their autonomous bodies and corporations shall remain closed except police, home guards, civil defense, fire, emergency services, disaster and prisons will continue to function normally. Other than that, district administration and treasury will remain functional, and similarly electricity, water and sanitation services will continue to function as it is. In case of municipal bodies, only staff required for essential services like sanitation and staff required for water supply should continue to work. Other than that, hospital and medical establishments, both in public as well as in private sector, such as dispensaries, chemists, medical equipment shops, laboratories, nursing homes, clinics and ambulance will continue to remain functional, and the transportation of these medical personnel and for other support services is permitted. In addition to that, the commercial and private establishment shall be closed down except shops including ration shops and shops which are dealing with food, groceries, fruit, vegetables, dairy, milk booth, meat and fish, animal fodder will remain functional. However, the key thing here is that district authorities may encourage and facilitate home delivery to minimize the movement of individuals to break the chain of transmission of this coronavirus. Apart from that, banks, insurance, offices and ATMs will be functional. Similarly, print and electronic media, telecommunications, internet services as well as IT-enabled services only for essential services purpose will remain functional, and rest can continue to work from home. Similarly, the delivery of all essential goods including food, pharmaceuticals, medical equipments through e-commerce is allowed. Apart from that, petrol pumps, LPG, petroleum and gas retail and storage outlets will remain functional. Similarly, power generation facilities will remain functional, and capital and debt market services notified by SEBI will remain functional, as well as private security services and cold storage and warehousing services will remain functional. Rest of the establishments may continue to work from home only. Apart from that, all the industrial establishments will remain closed other than that which are involved in the manufacturing of essential commodities, and production units which require continuous process can work only after obtaining required permission from the state government. Other than that, the transport services such as air, rail and roadways will remain suspended except for the transportation of essential goods only. So the key point here is that transportation of essential goods is allowed. However, transportation services for humans will remain suspended. Similarly, transportation services for fire, law and order, as well as for emergency services is permitted. On the other hand, hospitality services will remain suspended except for the hotels, homestays, lodges which are accommodating tourists and persons who are stranded due to this lockdown and who are providing facilities to the medical and emergency staff. In addition to that, the hospitality services which are allocated for quarantine facilities shall remain functional. Other than that, all the educational, training, research, coaching institutions shall remain closed and the places of worship shall be closed for public. No religious congregations will be permitted without any exception. So this is mentioned clearly that in any case it is not allowed. Similarly, all kind of social, political, sports, entertainment, academic, cultural, religious functions and gatherings shall be barred. And in case of funerals, congregations of not more than 20 persons will be permitted. So the ministry is providing clear-cut guidelines to make sure that this lockdown is effectively implemented to prevent the spread of coronavirus. The ministry also issued guidelines for the persons who have arrived into India after 15th of February and all such persons who have been directed by healthcare personnel to remain under strict home or institutional quarantine, and if they fail to do so, they are liable for the punishment under section 188 of IPC, that is Indian Penal Code. Now, if we talk about section 188 of IPC, it contains the provisions of punishment for the disobedience to the order issued by public servant. The ministry also specified that wherever the exceptions to the above measures have been allowed, the organizations or the employers must ensure the necessary precautions against COVID-19 and it should focus on social distancing. Social distancing means to stay away from social events, to put oneself in isolation. And in order to implement these guidelines, the district magistrates will deploy executive magistrate as incident commanders in their local jurisdictions. So the incident commander will be responsible for the overall implementation and all the departments in the specified areas will work under the guidelines of such incident commander, and the incident commander will issue passes for enabling the movements of such essential services. For example, for the movement of food grains, the incident commander will issue a pass, then only transportation will be allowed. So the incident commander will issue passes for enabling the essential movements, and these strict guidelines are related to movement of people, not of essential goods. And the ministry has clearly specified that violation of these guidelines shall be punishable as per the provisions of Disaster Management Act as well as under section 188 of IPC. And these measures will remain in force in all parts of the country for 21 days with effect from 25th of March. So these were the guidelines issued by Ministry of Home Affairs for a successful lockdown for the containment of coronavirus. Please do not go out of your home without a genuine reason and follow these guidelines seriously. Thank you, and that's all for the day.